Hola, Kinalito, aka Mahadi, not Mahali, the girl that calls 4 countries home. Lesotho, South Africa, Great Britain, honey, and Australia, mate. And of course, y'all be knowing that I'm Zimbabwean by adoption and conception. Get it that right. So I should be saying 5 countries. How are you, my people? It's been a while since I said and did a video. 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks now. And there's a video also that I made public about me getting divorce papers. And this video is not gonna be long, guys. Okay, my house is freezing cold. I've just gotten in from church. I am cold. Whoops, sorry. I'll turn off one of the heater lights here because I think that's where, yep. Just in case you could hear that noise. So, good people. So I freely, I use my discretion to share what I'm going through. I live for the people. The people is people, ladies, gentlemen, but mostly ladies, sorry, gentlemen, who are going through what I am going through. When I first experienced this, when my husband said he wanted a divorce, I was going through emotions that could not be explained. There wasn't much out there from people like me, or much out there that is honest. There's some things that I got from other content creators who had sort of spoken about their situation in hindsight. So not anyone talking about it while they're going through it. And also, I do actually get relief. Like it's therapeutic for me to talk like this with you guys. It's like talking to a friend. I do talk to my therapist as well. And this is my platform, and I have the freedom to talk about what I'm going through. And I will never lie on anyone. We don't lie here. No lies. Nobody lies here. So we're not going to make up anything. So only the truth shall be told here. Now, I've mentioned this before to you guys, and I trust you to be mature enough, to be adult enough. We've spoken about this before in the past when I have asked that please, 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 let whatever I say not make you hate whoever I'm talking about. Try and separate things. Try and separate that, this is a relationship, a marriage relationship that was between 2 people, and each party has decided to do whatever they wanted to do. They decided to treat each other however way they wanted to do. They decided to treat the other in whatever way they wanted to. And that is not a reflection of, not necessarily a reflection of the person they are. It's just a reflection of the person they were to their spouse. And of course, saying this, I'm not saying there's an excuse to judge someone or not like them or whatever if they were evil, if they're evil people. No, we should still love each other. We should still love others. We should still not judge people, even if they're evil. But the point that I'm making now is a person is not necessarily evil just because they were evil to their wife or to their husband. Things happen between 2 people. We don't know why people hate each other. And I'm not one to ever, ever, ever take sides. I've said to my friends, our mutual friends, I'm so happy to see when they're supporting him because he's their friend. You can't stop being someone's friend just because they don't want their wife anymore. You know what I mean? if you are someone's friend, you need to be someone's friend, period. Until you have your own personal reason, direct reason that you cannot be friends with this person. Not because the wife said that or because the husband said that. Where's your backbone? You know. So I appreciate the support that I'm getting. But I think this is mainly for people that actually know him, you know, because if you don't know him, it doesn't matter whatever you think, whatever you decide. But rest assured, I have never lied about anything, and I will not lie about anything or anyone. So the frustrating thing for me, of course, has been lies about me. And hence we speak openly here to tell the other side of the story. But also, I just want to take you along with me. And when we get to the end, we all see what God has done. We all see, whoa, we've just been through that. Or if you're not involving yourself, she's just been through that. But wow, look at God. You know, look at what God has done. Look at how it all ended up. But also, most importantly, for you who is going through this, to know I am not the only one. Oh my days. I'm not the only one going through this. You know, so you can get some strength and go through it. So really, the aim of this video is just to say, don't create your image of who he is or change the image of who he is based on what I say. You know him personally. If you know him personally, you know him for yourself. Some of you have experienced negative experiences from him. Some of you have never. You've only experienced his amazing self. Because he has an amazing side and a dark side. As we all do. We all have that. Some of us more than the other. Some of us 50-50. We all sinners saved by grace. We all have our sinful side and our Christ-like side. So we will have treated people in different ways depending on the time. I've mentioned to you guys here before the embarrassing thing that happened when I just came and shouted at my husband in front of someone. Like I was so short-fused. I had no patience. I was so annoyed at him. I just shouted at him in front of this gentleman, and I still feel bad. Oh, I felt bad for a long time. Like, it's embarrassing thinking of it. I didn't even know who this person was. I just came. So that's the image they have of me. Because that's how they experienced me. So I'm just hoping I can share with you guys my journey without you now changing. I think that's the main one. The people who knew him already, changing their perspective of him because of how he treated me. I don't want that. You know, image is very important to him. You know, and I'm not here to tarnish his image. I'm here to share my experience of this divorce process. Or sometimes I share the experience of my marriage. Even in my book, I want to talk about my experience and not talk about him. So it's really difficult. At the moment, it's really talking about him. So we're still trying to figure out, how do you talk about, I'll just say it. How do you talk about the abuse without talking about the abuser? Because we don't want to be talking about you understand? We're trying to talk about our experience, which is valid. And as a victim, you have a right to speak and share of your experiences. But how do you then balance that? How do you then talk about that without making the other person look evil or look, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I just hope you guys never, if you guys have followed us from long ago, we've spoken about our marriage, we've spoken about our experiences, we've spoken about the unfaithfulness from both sides, we've spoken about how God has led us, and so I hope you never have an impression that I'm here trying to make myself look better. You know, I'm here talking about my experiences, not here trying to make myself look better. You know, I mean, I don't know what you think, but I'm just thinking of possibilities, possible outcomes from me sharing what I'm sharing. But yeah, don't ever conclude that a person is a certain way just because someone else has experienced them that way. Take your own time to know someone and learn how they are. You know, take your own time to give people a chance. Don't just cancel people because they were a certain way to other people, you know. So I think for me, I didn't think this video is necessary, but I have spoken to a couple people who had concern. One had concern because of when he was going through a divorce, what his wife was telling people, and people basically changed how they saw him, and people cut him off, essentially, because of what she had said. But of course, even though in his situation, I feel like it's not the same because his wife wasn't necessarily stating facts. But still, I totally get it. I get it. Even though I don't feel like my ex is experiencing that at all. He's probably just panicking because he doesn't want people to see him that way. It's not that he is actually experiencing that, because as far as I know, people love him. His friends still love him. His supporters still love him. Nothing I'm saying is changing that. And I'm glad about that, because I don't talk here about my experiences because I'm trying to change their views of him. No. And I would be saddened by friends who cut him off because they heard me tell my experience of him. That to me is not, it's not genuine. It's questionable. It's judgmental, you know? So please, guys, please allow me to express my experiences without you judging him or me, for that matter. Please. Well, you can do, like, do what you want. Judge me, you know. But please, I wouldn't want, especially you guys who are his friends, who are mutual friends. I know it's painful what he put me through, what he continues to put me through. It's painful. And I know as well, when I hear a friend going through pain, or a sister, or a stranger, it hurts, you know. But God has helped me to be able to separate matters. I can hurt on your behalf without hating the perpetrator, you know, without hating your cause of hurt. Because I don't know their story, or I don't know sometimes the other person's story is not necessarily something, new information or something that's going to contradict what has happened. Their story is why they do that, who they are, what's their experiences like in life, what's their childhood like, what's their, people have been through things, and that's why they're who they are. I'm not in any way excusing things that people do to each other, horrific things that people do. What I'm saying is sometimes it's worth trying to understand where the other person comes from, being understanding instead of judging and cutting people off and deciding what kind of people they are. I don't know if I'm making sense. I hope I am. My phone doesn't have enough space, so I think I'll probably just upload this as it is without editing, without adding my intro, and without adding the subscribe. Hey long, you watched everything. So thank you guys. I'm in between. I'm supposed to eat now. I'm starving. I need to eat. I need to prepare myself. I'm going to an event this evening. I don't know if I should do a vlog. It's rainy, it's wet, it's horrible, and I don't think I'm gonna take any pictures because I don't think I'm gonna be looking good. I'm just gonna be looking warm. Okay, we just want to be warm. So guys, I love you, and thank you so much for supporting my channel, guys. Subscribe. Let's get to 4K, guys. I am so grateful that I'm helping so many of you. You guys are messaging me, but I think, yeah, above all, I want us to talk about how we can survive this, how we can. I have a book that I gave to my friend when she got divorced. Now I wish I hadn't given it to her because I need it. She's all the way in Lesotho. The book actually was sort of like a coordinating, it's a coordinator's book for divorce, just encouraging people and what sorts of things you can do, how to cope and things like that. Those are the kinds of things I want us to talk about, and even coping with single parenting, because these men leave us with their children, and we're left to deal with a lot of what the kids are going through. And it would be good if we can talk about such things, like how do we be there for each other as sisters, how do we be there for each other as mothers, and things like that. But we are gonna be sharing and expressing how we feel in between everything else. And once everything is behind us, maybe we'll never talk about him again. But right now, we are talking about him when there's a need, But let's not hate on him. Some of you know how amazing of a person he is. You know what I mean? You know that side of him. And he is who he is selling to you. So it doesn't matter. The other side, it doesn't matter. Okay? Just believe who he's presenting himself as. He's who he's presenting himself to you as. And yeah, basically, yeah, I just thought I'll just come address that. Not because it worries me, but because I see some potential. It's because, one or two people raised it with me. Actually, the other person was just saying that, I feel like you guys are both my friends and I can't stop being his friend. And I said, no, I wouldn't want you to stop being his friend, And the other person just said to me, what you say, some people just take that on and decide about this person. They view him through your eyes. And I was saying to him, no, but my people know. I've told them before, guys, please don't take sides. Please, people, they know. They're mature. They know that, yes, he's aggravating. He's enraging. He does annoying things. You can hate him, but I've seen comments, but I would hope people are not hating him forever. They're just hating him for that thing that he did, or they're hating that thing, not him, But I probably naively have believed that people are not seeing him through my eyes. People know him for themselves, and they're just seeing his other side, or they're just hearing my experiences of him that they were not aware of, because we're like couple goals, but they're not necessarily seeing him from my eyes and judging him and concluding what kind of a person he is, So yeah, I just want to stress that he has been who he is to me. And the video that I did recently, being in the London hotel room tour, I spoke of the old experiences, As you guys know, if you've been here, you know that the last 4 years of our marriage were perfect. Perfect. They were perfect. So whatever I have said that is negative, this is before that. And we went through that. We forgave through that. You understand? We were in a good place. Except of course during the house, what I mentioned, this is now during the separation. Of course, during the separation, of course, we're all going to bring out our worst selves. We're fighting, But please remember, whatever negative thing I have mentioned, other than that, these things happened a long time ago. These were not us. This was not us. We were together. We were intertwined. That's why you love us. Some of you only know us from social media, and you knew us after we've been through all those horrific experiences. We were now happy. We were now in a good place. I have a video that I've pinned of that my marriage is falling apart and I'm happy. I mentioned there that, I didn't see this coming. This was so unexpected that he wanted divorce, because we were so good. Everything was good, But of course, through these 2 years of separation, I've wondered, I have asked him as well, I've wondered, was it just me who was happy? Because there's a time when he really was trying to be happy long ago, and I knew he was not happy. He's not a great pretender. He doesn't pretend well. So this time, he felt happy. He was happy. That's why I believed he was happy. And that's why I couldn't believe that he wanted divorce, because he was happy. Unless he's that good at pretending. Unless he fine-tuned the pretense skill that well to be so believable. But though I have asked him, and he said he never wanted a divorce until that conversation that we had, which I've mentioned before, which was a text message, and he wasn't happy about what I said, and he wanted a divorce. I have found it difficult to believe, and people that I've shared the message with have asked, why were you apologizing? Because I did apologize, because I saw that he's not okay. But I've learned through being with him that, everybody's feelings are valid. They're valid. It doesn't matter if for you, that's not something to be upset about. That's not something to be angry about. That's not something to want a divorce over. But everybody's feelings are valid. If for him, that was big enough, me standing up for myself, me saying, no, I'm not going to do that. If that warranted divorce for him, after we've worked so hard, This marriage was hard. Hell on earth sometimes. And we're now in a place where we're actually enjoying each other. So if that was all worth throwing away, because of, it makes no sense. But it's valid because it's how he feels. So that's what I've learned, you know. So, yeah, please let's not be too... I want you to support me. I love that you support me. I love that you're on my channel. I love you. But let's not try and listen to a sister and feel for her without involving yourself too much in her story to a point where you now hate the other person. Yeah. Okay. Goodness me. I've been talking and talking and talking. All right. I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you for watching. I love you. But remember that God loves you even more. And that is true. Ciao, ciao.